Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. Looking at the euro dollar first, and well, yesterday saw a continuation of a bit of a sell-off, and we're starting to see a bit of a sell-off yet again today. The rally into the 4-hourly 21 put paid to any upside on the euro yesterday. As I say, selling off at the moment, no immediate obvious support where we're sitting here. Now looking at the hourly time frame and looking at the daily pivots rather, and well, we've got the daily R1 above us. At the moment the trend is pretty south facing. There is the possibility of break of the there's a little trend line that's sitting on the short-term time frame, just running across the low highs across this point here. If it starts breaking up, maybe we're going to push up to the daily pivot. With the trend that's sort of sitting on the bigger time frame, questionable whether to let it do that and see what happens thereafter. It's got plenty of range. If it does push on through the daily pivot towards the L1, if it reverses into the daily pivot, well, then we could take the short for the downside for yesterday towards yesterday's lows. Cable. So again, firmly in a downside. Now we've broken out of this what was channel pattern there, heading for the monthly S1. Looks like it's putting extreme in that 4-hourly, so any rally we just got to be a bit wary of it coming back south again. And again, it may just push into the daily pivot. There's scope for targets either side if it runs into that. If it starts breaking down, well, we're possibly looking at new lows. If it continues to the south side, maybe looking into the weekly S3 sort of zone. Dollar yen. Again, at the moment, pushing up. It's put a pivot swing in yesterday, pushing up already, looking like it's wanting that daily 50 at the moment. There's marginal divergence running across the 4 hourlies on the dollar yen there. It's almost into its daily R1. Looking at what's happened here, maybe if it starts breaking down with a divergence on this hourly as well, if we see a start more of a breakdown, maybe sell opportunity back towards the daily pivot. Certainly, as I say, on the upside there's the weakness with the divergence, so may look at that later on the downside if it starts rolling over. Should really look at the Aussie dollar. I was going to skip past it, but Aussie dollar, well, that's as I said yesterday, it already rolled back towards its daily 21. Now it's a picture of where it's going to go from here. It looks really messy, consolidated big time on the 4 hourlies, and well, goodness only knows where it's going to go from here. All these tests along these lows here, spiky price action suggests there's support around that level. Perhaps if it breaks down from there, it will really roll over a little bit further below the monthly pivot. Daily pivot just above untouched at the moment, and well, may just push through from that. But it's again, for me, it's a case of watching what's going on here if I was looking at it, but it's just too choppy for me to be trading. Okay, and the Canadian dollar, well, pushing up. It's extreming here on the 4-hourly RSI. Maybe we'll see some sort of diverging where it is, maybe, but the only way I'd be looking at this on the short side is if I'm breaking that 4-hourly 8, most likely. It's not showing a lot of strength into this move up. Yeah, I mean, to be on the downside of it, really need to see some weakness running through here. Let's just check what oil's doing. Oil's choppy here again, so it's just running in a chop. So we're really reliant on what's the reaction with the US dollar, or just almost on its own here, but really needs to break those 21 moving averages for me to be at all interested in the downside. Upside, whereas, well, it's a mess. It may push on. I mean, it's looking at where it is. It's just showing this sort of trend area where it's sort of sitting above that 50 level, 40 to 40 plus zone, and it's just sort of showing this trend at the moment, and it could just continue its way to the upside, really. Okay, nothing else there. News-wise, we're quite limited today in significant news. So the construction PMI is due out 9:30 for the UK this morning. That sometimes gives us a bit of a move, not as good as PMI services, which is due out tomorrow, services PMI. Canadian GDP is a monthly figure, so no expected significant move from that, really. As ever, and the US weekly unemployment claims are not particularly massive moves either. So we're pretty much left newsless today for most of the day. So we'll see how we go technically. That's it for me. Have a good day. Bye for now.